Team Liquid versus LGD. When I saw our schedule, I felt like this was going to be the best match for us.
Yeah.
I mean, but we saw LGD earlier, and not the LGD I was expecting to see.
Well,
I mean, they were coming in tearing things up in the Chinese scene, and then they kind of fell flat already in their first game.
Yeah, maybe it was because of TNC. They created a lot of chaos.
They did. They did.
They had Batrider mid. They had what else did they have? They
Phantom
had
Assassin.
Phantom Assassin.
Slardar.
And Nature's Prophet level position 5. So that's a lot of weird stuff. And I guess LGD just didn't adapt to the situation that they were caught in.
Now the question is, can Liquid be crazy? Can Liquid be unorthodox and take it to LGD? Or do you think Liquid are just a team that are going to play their own game because it works?
Yeah, Liquid is just one of the teams that is pretty much unpredictable. The way they pick, the way they set up the lanes, it's pretty hard to predict what they're going to do.
Well, we'll have to see for ourselves. Let's go ahead and hop into that draft and see what is going to be popping up here. Liquid do have first pick in this one, and they're going to use it on the mightiest of Sand Kings. And then as we heard, by the crumbling of rocks in our ears, LGD have picked up the Tiny for their first one. This comes after a ban onto the Chen, of course. Wisp also got to go because you're going against Liquid. You got to ban Wisp out. And they get rid of the Coddle. It's, you know, still, after all this time, GH just gets targeted so hard. I mean, do you think that that is still value? Like, it's just GH is still the one to target?
I guess what they plan to play gets countered by a Coddle. I mean, GA is just, I'm going to say, the best position for player in the world, so there's no surprise that they're banning out his heroes, but his hero pool is pretty huge.
I mean, he gets all of my respect that the guy can still warrant a Coddle ban when really it's not like Coddle is like of fruition and in the meta right now. It's just like, yeah, but that guy plays such a damn good Coddle, I just don't even want to see it. I mean, Wisp I understand, because Wisp is like, you've got a good Wisp player, you don't get to practice against Wisp a whole lot, it's trouble. But Coddle, whew, okay. Well, LGD, they get the next kind of prime support option for themselves, picking up the Disruptor, but then Liquid just move one step ahead and get that dirty-ass Viper pickup now.
Yeah, it's good against the Tiny, breaks him, so he doesn't have his own stuff. Pretty good with kiting around Tiny as well. The extra slow, the natural build, magic resistance against the Disruptor and Tiny. Like this is why Liquid is different than the other teams. The way they pick Sand King is pretty common. Opening one of the better overall heroes can be played as position 4 and 3. Same goes for Tiny. He can be played on pretty much all positions besides 5, which makes him a great hero to first pick. If they pick a lot of counters for a Tiny, you can always just put him on position 4.
Yep. That versatility really leaves your draft kind of open-ended for yourselves. Oh, a ban onto the Nature's Prophet. I was hoping we might be blessed by yet another 5-position Nature's Prophet today, but
definitely be a Mind Control Prophet.
That's true. That's true. Lots of still good options out there for your old MC. They like to go for here. Meanwhile, Liquid get rid of just kind of what feels like just strong meta heroes still. Terrorblade's got to go, and they also dip the Shadow Fiend on top of it.
Yeah, Shadow Fiend is out. They don't want to play against maybe Shadow Fiend. Could also implement that they want to pick Death Prophet or not. They just want to ban it out.
Banned! I wonder if Razor becomes a decent option now for LGD. I think Razor could still kind of hang against a Viper, and you know, now that Death Prophet's not available, he might kind of fit the bill right after that. We'll have to see if it's something LGD do consider or not. Not so many heroes out there that can kind of hang against a Viper in a lane.
5 seconds remaining.
Looks like for LGD, they go for the Razor. All right, there it is.
That's a good call, Dakota. Yeah, well, they can still throw Viper on and off lane with +1.
If I'm calling it, I would imagine Liquid had to know it was coming too, you know? So it might be something that they're kind of already auto-prepping for at this point. We'll have to see.
5 seconds remaining.
So yeah, Liquid taking time to pick Rubik. some decent spells to steal.
No field
Glimpse.
helps
Yeah.
against the heavy magic of
Turn to pick.
you know, the disruptor. Okay, Tusk comes out, so it looks
So-
like that's going to be our support duo right
Yeah.
there.
So they might get something mobile, either for mid or for an offlane. Batrider's the first that comes to my mind against the Tusk. But Disruptor and Tusk, that's such a deadly support
10
combo.
seconds
But
remaining.
even if you run away, Disruptor can always glimpse you back.
5 seconds remaining.
Hmm.
This is the reason why most of the teams don't pick Tusk early on, because he is kind of countered. If you let's say put Queen of Pain on a mid lane, she's really not threatened by Tusk ganks.
Yeah.
So you know Tusk is gonna be more focused on 2 other lanes.
Reminds me a lot of like when we used to see at least a lot of Earth Spirit play. You know, people would often pick up Earth Spirit early, and the counter would be getting some nice mobile mid heroes or elusive mid heroes that would avoid any sort of approach like that. So yeah, Queen of Pain, typically one of the better ones to be able to avoid that early bit of trouble. Now we go back to the Liquid side here. Don't know yet if this is going to be an offlane Sand King or not, or paired with the Rubik on this one.
You don't know. When
I
you
don't
see
know.
Team Liquid picking the heroes, it's so hard to guess what they're gonna do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this could be a miracle Rubik for all we know. It'd been done before.
So maybe they are looking something like a Juggernaut, really good against the Tusk, decent against the Razor. Disruptor can't send you back. I mean, you have that natural built BKB with the spin.
That's a very miracle kind of hero to go for. But pretty heavy single target here, just kind of relying on the back of a Viper for now. So we'll see what they kind of want to get to kind of pair with them. As far as hefty damage, mobility would certainly be of the benefit.
They're taking all time, full 2 minutes to pick the 4th hero.
The extended smoke break here.
LGD's turn to bet.
And it's going to be our first Morphling that we get to cast here, coming on out for Liquid side. You don't get more of an appropriate Liquid hero than that.
LGD has a really good counter against the Morph. That's Disruptor, one of the
10
better heroes.
seconds
Just putting a
remaining.
Static Storm on him so he can't morph unless he already
5
clicked it.
seconds remaining.
Yeah, got to catch him first or catch him before the quick reactions. Not always the easiest thing to be able to do, but something that is available to him here. Final band's going to be coming out from either side. We see that Liquid still kind of have that plausible option of getting another support or potentially getting an off lane, depending upon what they see fit.
Yeah, I mean, Mind Control has been playing offlane Viper. He has been playing pretty much anything on an offlane. You just what I feel like the chat conversation goes between them is like, "Hello, Mind Control. Do you want to play this hero on offlane? Sure, why not?
Okay.
What about this one?
Mind
Yeah,
Control, looks like we're going to have you play that. Is that fine? Yeah, it's fine. Okay. You go ahead, do your thing, and win. But again, the curse lives on. Apparently, Liquid yet to win a major. May have TI under their belt, but we'll see if DAC is going to be their first run at a major win. I'm sure that their schedule is pretty booked for the rest of this DPC. A pretty
Liquid's
prominent
turn
team
to
that gets
bat.
the glorious invites all the way through. LGD, final ban is going to be the Enchantress here.
I mean, they have good burst damage if they decide to put Tiny on a safe lane against that
10
Ench, but
seconds remaining.
I guess they don't want to risk it.
5 seconds remaining.
She can still disrupt your lane with +1 easily.
We haven't seen a gyrocopter yet either, and it is still out there. I don't know if it's something that could squeeze into the lineup of LGD, you think? Or
Team Liquid's
do you think they're
turn
pretty
to
comfortable
pick.
between just Razor and Tiny on this one? I mean,
Right.
I imagine they might just hold out, of course, to see what the final pickup here for Liquid is, but still feel like Morphling kind of has a pretty
10
superior
seconds
late
remaining.
game on this one.
So yeah,
5
not much
seconds
time
remaining.
left for Team Liquid. I suppose it's gonna be
LGD's turn to pick.
yeah, that's the Bat Rider. Not really.
Yeah,
Countered by a Tusk, so we're gonna have a Viper on a mid lane, Bat Rider on an offlane. They might as well do a tri lane with aggressive tri lane with Morph, Rubik, and a Sanking.
10 seconds
That's not
remaining.
bad, but I suppose they wanna prioritize Morph's farm.
5 seconds
Yeah.
remaining.
All right, LGD.
So they probably want to get let's say a Weaver or a Nyx maybe, or a Phantom
Choose your
Lancer.
hero.
So that's gonna be an offlane Tiny. Phantom Lancer really good against the Bat Rider. We saw it in the previous game.
Yeah, Ame in the last LGD game we saw him pull out the Arc Warden, which was to me at least felt a bit out of left field for LGD, but this time maybe going with something a bit more standard for him in that PL pickup. FY, he was actually playing that Tusk in the last LGD game, if I'm not mistaken, but I think was kind of nerfed down pretty hard. All the hectic play from TNC meant that he was not able to get a Blink Dagger pretty much the whole game. Made it kind of hard to be that defensive support to kind of fall back on. We'll see if they're going to be hit with as much of an awkward time. I mean, based on the lineup, this is not really the same kind of ordeal as we saw with TNC. Do you think that Liquid would be able to even achieve that kind of hectic pace? This seems like Liquid are just going to be more playing their kind of high technical kind of game.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna see that kind of a game that we saw in TNC against LGD for quite some time. That was some unordinary chaos.
Yeah, Liquid are just kind of like, we have the skill set available to be able to just kind of outclass our opponents, and we'll see if they're going to be able to have the same success here in this one. Let's get into it, folks. It is our final heat of today here for Group A. These best of ones, we have Liquid going against LGD. I actually did not bring up the page to see if Liquid won their first game.
Yeah, they did.
They did win. Okay.
So both of these teams, they don't have any big ulti cooldowns. Pretty much, they can fight all the time. Everything you have is Bat Rider Lasso and Static Storm.
Very true. Look at this. We might have a bit of a head-on collision here. Looks like Liquid have taken their full party up to this top lane to potentially catch someone out. It's going to be Chalice lingering around nearby. He doesn't have a ward on hand. But, uh-oh. Is Kuro going to go for the lift? Yes, he is. Lift, pullback, body blocks potentially coming in from GH, but now they realize that some LGD members have shown up, but I don't think it's going to be enough to go for the save. It's first blood going the way of Matama Man onto this one. Chalice will hand that one over. Somnus able to move forward and leak a lot of damage, but he may have moved himself too far forward in a position here. He will manage to slither himself away from the trouble, but man, that guy is hurting. He's going to have to head all the way back to the base to potentially heal on up. I don't think you want to start using your early shared tangos right now.
Yeah, Miracle even skilled the waveform just to get in range for some extra damage. I love the build on Viper. He decided to go for Windlace first item, so he has enough movement speed against the Razor to break the link.
Oh, very clever.
And that's a first blood, so he brought Raid Band recipe and Healing Salve, which is gonna help him last hit easier. Disruptor just blocking the creep wave until Razor decides to TP.
And there he is.
No XP. Okay, oh, top lane though. Tiny. His lane is getting blocked by shards.
Two creeps do fly on forward. He blocks it out a bit, but does have to be wary here. And hiding within the trees is going to be GH, and they're already going to look to go for a first move. Telekinesis is there, but GH will not commit the burrow strike on that one. Knowing that it may be a bit futile, they're instead just going to press their aggression a bit. Well, as I say that, it's FY, and Chalice smacking away onto Kuro, beating him down a little bit. This is going to be a pretty damn aggressive lane, it would appear. We're not going to be expecting too much kill potential here in the mid lane between these two very heavy lane dominant kind of heroes here. And there's that Windlace in action.
gets you to tier 2 tower faster. Oh,
Tamaman's thinking he might orb walk him down. GH has rotated over. He's going to cut him off at the pass. He's blocking him in straight up. Oh, no! Somnus trapped inside the trees. The rotation power is just so good, and that's going to lead to a kill. But Bo1 gets that one as well. 2-0 start here for Liquid.
That was way too greedy, just trying to suck up some damage from him between tier 1 and tier 2 tower. Well, lesson learned.
He was almost too greedy at the beginning of the game as well, man. This guy just can't help himself when it comes to the sucking of damage. Bottom lane, it's Mind Control versus Ame. Ame obviously already has a wand and upgraded it just for this matchup here. Mind Control doesn't seem to be going for too much creep cutting here on this one. Nova kind of has that covered right now. Pick up his own set of bounty runes. But nonetheless, Batrider will be able to still maintain a bit of farm, it would appear.
So that's a full Aquila on Viper, 2.5 minutes in. That's going to help him last hit so much.
Yeah.
The first blood plus another kill from that dive.
This puts the Viper in a decent lead here. He's not winning in the CS game, though. I mean, that one does belong to the Razor pretty well here. Look at that, 10-2, Viper's 3. Viper does have the kill advantage, but for now is kind of crutching on GH's rotations over to kind of impose his will. Up here in the top lane, we got Chalice getting his own little pull contention happening here. GH is coming back into action right now, so they might look to make the move onto Chalice. Who's going to make the first move? GH will get the first connection. And because of the avalanche, Kuro's not going to go for a follow-up play on that one, but does force him to spend the mana.
Yeah, bottom lane, they just need levels on Disruptor to get a glimpse and kinetic field. Then they can kill a Batrider. But if they use a glimpse, he can just immediately TP away. Also has a magic stick, 6 charges, which is going to keep him alive.
With the exception of Miracle, LGD is actually getting a fair amount of CS in these lanes. I mean, even the Tiny's got a decent amount of CS for himself here. Obviously, it's a Tiny. He's lugging around a tree. It's not too troublesome to kind of get the last hits in, but you know, they're getting some respectable farm considering the early aggression that they're putting on themselves.
They're going to go for this sanking.
Oh. Uh-oh. He does a little bit of a slippery juke right there. Avoids the shard block. Goes right into the sandstorm. And they have no detection for him, so they're just going to have to let him sit there and dance it out. Eventually, GH will make his move elsewhere.
I mean, most of the sankings go for Caustic because of the extra slow, which gives you kill potential. But he even skilled the sandstorm before that. Just staying one step ahead. With that Invis rune, they can easily wrap around the Tiny. LGD doesn't know what rune was picked up.
GH waiting right there. Kuro will try to soften him up a bit, but if Chalice isn't too far forward, I don't think he's going to be able to get taken down here. We'll see how long GH wants to kind of hang around for this one. It might be a bit of a deep commitment. They decide to go for it anyways. There's the telekinesis pulled back in. The Fade Bolt waveform. But even with that, it's not even quite enough damage. FY shows up right now. Ooh, nice shard block, but again, GH going to go for the sandstorm. But hey, the snowball does bump him out of it. But no extra follow-up, and it's FY who actually takes the fall on that one. Good heads up there from Liquid to be able to get the turnaround play, but look who steps into action right now. It's Nova, able to help get the finish and get themselves onto the board. Mini Clip's back right now for GH. Can they get that one too? One more right click will do it, but Miracle is able to secure another kill for himself on this morph. Oh! Tries to go for the TP out, but can't quite get it. FY back from the dead. Stops him in his spot with a snowball, and the two supports are just going to ragtag beat on him. But Miracle is dishing out the right-click damage right now. But finally, they'll be able to bring down the watery beast.
Yeah, I mean, he's a Morphling, but still dies. That's a level 5 Morphling with level 2 attribute shift. I mean, the way they're playing it, the top lane, they're just playing it pretty much perfectly.
Mirror Mind Control, bottom lane? Sorry, it's close right now. Ame's been chasing him with the Lance action right now, and it needs one more right click, we'll get it. It was a long-winded chase, but Ame will finally get it done and pick up a bounty on the way out. 4-2-4, suddenly even, just like that. I mean, LGD had just gotten their first kill on the board there in the top lane, and suddenly they break it even. But, ooh, crosses pass with GH. GH, is he looking to keep going with this one? No, they decide to pull off. FY from the balcony, rolls himself down and below, hits it onto GH. GH goes for the Sandstorm, but they're happy to put their sights onto Matama Man, but Matama Man able to wiggle out the other side. GH burrows himself into the action, and they're going to end up turning it around once again. This one gets the takedown of Somnus, but Nova coming in from the other side, and suddenly Chalice wants to get in on the action, and they just kind of break out into a mini Royal Rumble here in the top of the river.
Yeah, that's a good trade for LGD. Yeah. Oh. They didn't want to go too greedy. This Tusk is getting a ton of levels, involved in 5 kills. His mid laner dies, so he picks up pretty much the solo XP. He has a bottle. I'm not sure whose bottle that is.
We have some dancing here. Oh, GH with a rare miss of the Burrow Strike. Not going to quite get the catch there on the Nova, so Nova heads out the other direction. Meanwhile, Ame gets the finish again onto Mind Control there in the bottom lane. Was not expecting that one. FY just having a grand old time with his chat wheel, though.
That's the problem when you die, you TP back to a lane, so you don't have a TP if they decide to dive you, especially hero like a Phantom Lancer.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. 3-man smoke, just trying
Here
to
they
bait it.
come. Rolling on in and forward. Matama Man hit with a Thunder Strike. Could glimpse them back if they want, but may not feel necessary. GH shows up to help out with Kuro, but they've already got the finish onto Matama Man. Kuro now going to get locked in the spot with the shards. GH looks the direction, but they want to get the finish onto GH as well. Good glimpse back. Oh, that kinetic wall.
Whoa.
Just a little short, but the toss on up, the snowball on forward, and just like that, pop, 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 3 go down. And somewhere else in the world, Mind Control fell yet again. That's 4 kills across the board for LGD.
LGD is all over the map. They know they can't kill the Morphling, so they're just focusing on 2 other lanes. Early kills don't matter that much, but if you have 11 kills 8 minutes in, then that counts.
What is going on here? Very kind of uncharacteristic start here for Liquid. We see Mind Control dropping 3 kills, 3 deaths rather here in the bottom lane. This is going to set off his Blink Dagger timing quite a bit. And LGD have kind of flipped the script from what we saw in their last game. Now they're the team that's on the aggression. FY in particular just continues to look for setups here, and it doesn't stop. Him and Ame looking to make their move in for GH. GH hounded right now, but it is going to force out the lasso play. Glimpse bring back onto Mind Control. Ame has to sidestep his way out from potential trouble. Shards keep flying. GH is dancing around these illusions and does manage to creep away from trouble, but the man is always involved in fights and getting hurt. He has to step back and heal. He's not really taking any time to kind of build up levels. He's still only level 3 at nearly 10 minutes in.
Yeah, LGD's movement also needs...
Lacoste, they're still fighting, okay? Just hold on a second here. Top lane, Kuro stunned, tossed up and down. Chalice, though, has to now go out the other direction, and now you can go on. Sorry about that. This is
yeah, the
pretty
movement
intense.
from LGD also needs that Liquid will need to move around the map. Bottom lane, Phantom Lancer
Kuro's
is
dead.
just farming, which means bottom lane is pretty much secured, so they can focus on the other lanes. Also, Tiny's getting a lot of XP and the farm, so his timing on a Blink Dagger will be good. There's no stacks for him, but still, he can farm easily. Phantom Lancer on the bottom lane is just trying to man up against 2 heroes.
Yeah, very intense here. Ame's getting in a lot of the action there. We saw trying to hold out for the bounty rune here. But it's top lane. Somnus pretty deep. Dancing around a bit here with Miracle. FY getting in on the action as well. They toss him on in. Hit him with a Thunder Strike. Rotations are coming. GH. But the nice drop of the Static Storm, still not quite enough. The man keeps morphing. He keeps bringing in the gains. Slips on out and away. To the low ground now. Miracle's going to help get the finish. Chalice finally brought apart Miracle. Can he make it away? It looks like he will. The man just keeps morphing in the strength.
What a hero, man.
Oh, still fighting it out here. They found FY way behind enemy lines here. And it looks like between GH and Mind Control, they should be able to bring him down, and they do so. All right, after a bit of a dry spell there, it looks like Liquid are going to be able to string a couple of kills back their direction now.
Yeah, if they want to kill Morphling right now, they need to surprise him with Shadow Blade or just put a Static Storm. Otherwise, they're just wasting time.
Hog tie up that Ame Phantom Lancer, pull him right back into the arms of Mind Control on this way. Can they get him, girl? Doesn't look like it. Ame Phantom rushing towards the camp. Very smart play, but he has no rotational help, and they're going to be able to pursue. And it looks like they may slowly bring him down. Oh, nice. Miracle waveforms forward, gets the one little pop right click, takes the kill.
Yeah, that's the goal. Could have maybe went to Mind Control pocket since he's sitting on 3 deaths, and they're going to rely so much on his Blink Dagger timing.
I mean, are we going to see a bit of a repeat of what we saw in the last LGD game? I mean, LGD did start stronger in that TNC matchup. I specifically remember a certain Nova Witch Doctor walking away dominating as well, just like in this game. But, you know, that game kind of got away from him real fast. And this one, I hate to see a bit of the same here, but Chalice is in a lot of trouble. He gets taken down. Ame comes into action right now, hoping to get a bit of a turnaround play for his team, but Liquid are already on the way out the other side. Can he honestly pursue this one? They're thinking about it. Kuro turns around for the Fade Bolt, and he's moving in thinking he's got some action to happen here. He just throws himself into trouble because FY's in on the action now, and it does manage to lead to 2 kills now for Ame. All right, well, now they're back.
Yeah, we're sitting on, what, 24 kills, 13 minutes in. There's a lot of action going on. Top lane, tower, still full HP. We didn't see, I mean, they don't have the best tower damage on both sides, so these towers are not gonna fall quickly. I saw today already someone going for SNY build on Phantom Lancer.
Oh, GH walks into a world of hurt. Surprise! Static Storm and death.
Yeah, so let's get back into the SNY build on Phantom Lancer.
Let's do it.
I'm trying to think of why it's good. Like, Diffusal Blade is way too good not to have. He might still switch things around, but this is the second time today that
LGD, I've never seen them so ruthless before, man. They just see some opportunity and they go for it. Here, in this case, Mind Control's there. They make their presence known, and Liquid are forced to disperse. I mean, maybe just recognizing that Miracle is just farming strong in the side lane. LGD take whatever other opportunities they can to just make kills happen.
Yeah, still the net worth less than 1k for LGD means that Morphling is farming a lot.
Want to toss me? I'll toss you, buddy. Okay, get the hell out of here. He picks up the tree and he's going to use it as the morph. Oh, what a great hero.
Yeah, so you can turn into Tiny, grab a tree, use, let's say, level 20 morph, waveform attack targets, and then you just play with it.
That's going to be just so awesome.
So that's full Linken's Aquila and Magic Wand, 15 minutes in.
That's pretty good. LGD still want to hold on to this momentum that they pulled together for themselves, though. It's going to be quite the tough road because I feel like a lot of it is currently on the back of Ame and the Phantom Lancer. I'm not really satisfied when I look at Somnus's Razor and the farm that he has at the moment. I feel like he's got quite an uphill journey ahead of him here.
Yeah, so SNY is finished on Phantom Lancer, which gives him tankiness. That's a good initiation.
Yep, it is. Pull back, and they get to take down a Miracle. He's starting to bring in the gains, though, and Matama Man GH come out from the woodwork. They quickly blast down, finish off Nova and his sweet little mega kill streak. Then they spot out Chalice, and they want to get a piece of that pie as well, and they will.
It looked like a good initiation, but he already started morphing before the Static Storm. So, pretty impossible to take down. That hero is so annoying to play against.
This one, I don't want to speak too soon, but I already feel like it's just the momentum and the advantage that LGD have built up for themselves is slipping away slowly here. A little bit of space farm here for Razor in the bottom lane, but Liquid have built up a nice little push here. They take the tier 1 on top of that. It looks like they'll just shift their position right now to the mid lane where we see FY confidently moving himself on forward here, dishing out the shard. Has he gone in too far? Somnus swings in from the right-hand side, though. Looking to zap up some damage here from Matamo Man, but he's just eating way too much. And he will be brought down. Now for 30 seconds onto this one. Mind Control looking to come in on the action, but they just glimpse him right back. Nova heading to the other side, just more creating space for the team, but 2 more will fall. A 2-for-1 trade. Advantage for Liquid.
Yeah, Kuro with some great stolen spells. First he uses a snowball to get a kill on Razor, lock him down near the tower, then he steals the shards, lifts the Disruptor, gets another kill.
Radiant's bottom
So
tower is under
Liquid
attack.
is, I mean, Liquid was never out of the seat, but it just looked good on the paper for LGD.
Yeah, I mean, they were keeping Mind Control in check. It felt like his Blink Dagger timing was going to be put off quite a bit. They withstood a lot of the earlier rotations from GH and his Sand King a bit. And Ame was bringing in lots of kills, too, in that bottom lane. But now we see Miracle just confidently farming on up and even getting in on the action, too. 6-1 on your Morphling, in addition to already being the heaviest net worth in the game.
So yeah, it means that Morphling has BOTs, which is gonna help him farm more on the side lanes and just join team fights easily. They have Viper with Helm of the Dominator. They already took tier 1 tower on top with extra siege creep, so that's the timing they're looking for to push. I expect them to go push the mid well, maybe they even go for a mid tower tier 2 with another siege creep.
Smoke movement coming out from LGD. Their sights are on Miracle. They may have spotted him. Oh, yeah, this time they just have too much power. Can't morph your way out of that one, sir. Hit him right up with the immediate Static Storm and the quick burst, and they will gobble up that bounty.
Yeah, this is why Disruptor is one of the better heroes against the Morphling overall, which is gonna force Morphling to go for a BKB. So far, he played really well. Quick fingers on Miracle. Used Morph every time before they use the Static Storm, or just try to blow him up with the tiny combo.
Dire's bottom tower is
LGD now bring their attention back towards this mid lane as pressure is going to be coming in from Liquid's side. They still reside on this high ground area. Mind Control with the Blink and Lasso ready to go. They want to make some use out of it. There he goes, taking to the skies here. Chalice looking pretty tasty there in the mid lane. FY is waiting nearby. Can he get the help? Nice quick stun and uppercut. Chalice, though, eating a lot of hefty damage with the epicenter. It's just going to be a bit too much. Ame, though, looking to go in and is able to get the clear out onto Mind Control. Doppelganger's off to the side, but that only means that Somnus is going to get the additional clear up onto GH. Here comes Miracle now into action. Blast right on through Somnus, able to take him down. Miracle, oh man, he's got to be careful. He's eating a lot of damage, forced to go right into the strength morph here.
Look at me, I'm the
Steps
Razor
back
now.
it away, but he's sapping up the damage. Steps back the other direction, finds himself in a Static Storm, and they're going to be able to take him down. Back-to-back takedowns onto Miracle. Matama Man will fall also. I think Liquid have just pressed their luck a little too far here. Nova even gets the kill onto Kuro.
Yeah, way too deep from Liquid. They should be careful about going in with a morph like that when Static Storm is ready. That's a lot of gold. This Disruptor is getting a lot of levels as well. Level 11.5.
He's got a fair amount of gold under his belt too, in addition to those levels. And Ame was able to kind of overtake onto the net worth, and it's might get a little bit higher here as they get the takedown of GH yet again. Mid lane, following it up with a +1 on the tier tower. Okay. Here comes LGD back out of the gate yet again, taking it to the TI champs.
Yeah, look at the levels. Tusk is level 14 with that XP gain. I mean, he's involved in 19 out of
Holy
24
smokes.
kills. So he's in a kill every minute.
Wow. I mean, I'm like surprised, yet I'm not, just because I feel like every fight, I mean, FY is there. That is some seriously awesome kill participation. And making the most mileage out of that first level talent, too. Very cool. Here comes Liquid now, bringing their attention back towards this bottom lane, just as LGD seem to be heading out the other direction. While they're doing this, though, I mean, they have Nova farming out that middle lane still, and And Somnus working through the top lane. He's still got some work cut out for him here, but here we go. Liquid now onto their own move here in the bottom lane. There's going to be the telekinesis pullback, and they're going to get some payback, it looks like, onto FY. Just a little support takedown, though.
So they need something to deal with the illusions. Viper has Shiva's Guard queued up. That's going to give him a lot of mana to use Nether Toxin and just deal with Phantom Lancer illusions. But if he gets run down by a Phantom Lancer, he's going to have more mana pool, which means the Phantom Lancer will deal more damage.
I mean, is a Maelstrom Mjolnir kind of a thing just kind of awkward for a Viper?
Nah, it's still doable.
Looks like we're going to do a tier 2 for a tier 2 here. LGD get the first one there at the top lane. Liquid about to finish out the bottom. I like GH and Kuro. Really nice positioning here to be prepared in case there is going to be a rotation in they don't suspect, but it does look like they're able to get the tier 2 they want and get out clean. Still a 2K advantage at the moment coming in for LGD. Ame there at the top. Yep. Then Miracle.
I'm still trying to think of a SNY first item on a Phantom Lancer. It's actually good because it gives you the tankiness, it increases your farm, and you don't need the Diffusal Blade. I mean, if you want to fight early on, you can still fight with the SNY, which gives you tankiness, and you have a level 4 Phantom Rush. And then after, if you get a Diffusal Blade, then it's fine. But if you don't get Diffusal Blade at all, then it's a huge no.
So it looks like Chalice made a nice debut of his Blink Dagger onto Miracle. Quick pop in and burst. Probably catching Miracle a bit high on the agility scale.
Yeah, he's going to need to keep his HP a bit higher.
Yeah.
And this build is really greedy. Boots of Travel, but then they decided
Mid lane rolls in from FY. Kuro is done. FY picks that one up, and now he's level 16 on your Tusk. He even got the snowball damage, too, for level 15 talent.
Yeah, when he gets the Spirit Vessel, that item just destroys Morphling. Yeah, it's gonna be really hard. That's definitely a greedy build with Boots of Travel. At the point, it didn't seem like it, but you're playing against Disruptor. At that point, they failed to gank him twice. But after that, they managed to successfully make ganks on a Morph, which set him back a lot.
Echo Saber now in the hands of Chalice here. So in addition to your Blink 1-2 punch, you have literally a 1-2 punch with the Echo Saber. That is a serious amount of burst potential. And again, more reason that your Morphling might have to play a little more cautiously and with a little bit more life on the side. But here we go. Liquid on the move here. Smoking, heading up right past the Roche pit all the way up towards the top lane. We do have some LGD members here, maybe unsuspecting of what's coming their direction. There's the Doppelganger out. The turnaround play, they try to go for the stun combo, and they're going to get the quick takedown of Mind Control. Liquid turned their attention back over, looking to go for FY. Might be a very greedy play. Could have cost them in the back end as Somnus rolls on in. He gets his own thing. You leech me, I'll leech you. Oh, but Miracle trapped inside here, a good ulti, and he's going to be taken apart. This one looks to be all LGD. Ame securing the double kill on this one. They look to go for Matamba Man as well. They'll get the finish. Godlike for Ame on this one. Miracle buys back to get back into the action on this one. And oh man, it could cost him dearly if he somehow is going to get taken down. He is trying to walk out the other direction. He tags the Shrine. Kuro's already set to fall. He's turning around desperately to go for Chalice, but he's already going to be losing too much. They move in, tossing forward. More of the illusions. Chalice whacking it home, and bop, bop, boom. That is a dieback for Miracle. 5-man wipe onto Liquid. Well, 6
That's
technically.
7-man wipe. Yeah, they
7-man wipe.
Also, Batrider used his buyback. The way this fight started was Batrider blinking in, trying to find the real Phantom Lancer, actually caught an illusion. So ulti was used. After that, Razor with a BKB, they don't have the answer for it. That was a 10-second BKB, and Phantom Lancer at this point is just way too strong. They don't have any AoE abilities I mean, they have Sanctity, they have Firefly, Viper, Nether Toxin, but that's a perfect scenario. This Phantom Lancer is sitting on 3.5k HP when he switches to Strength Rest. That's a full heart and Aegis for him.
Wow, that just pretty much doubled the advantage for LGD now. This is a steep hill to climb, and oh, my control goes down again. Quick pop and jump in here. Oi, oi, oi. I mean, you're talking now blinks for your FY. In addition to your Tiny, they see you, they're going to jump on you too. And LGD's wards are very deep on Liquid's side. Liquid now on the heavy defensive here. Here comes LGD on the warpath. Not happy with their first game performance. Looking to take it to Liquid on this one. And look at this. Matama Man, instant dead. Tier 3 is down. GH moving in with the epicenter, but they are just too big. But the BKB already popped. They begin to go to work, and now GH is going to be down. Holy smokes.
They might call this
This is crazy. This got out of hand so freaking fast. Lagandier, let's go. Moving on in. Miracle. Caught pretty deep, turns around. Gets the morph off, diving on forward here. FY able to get the snowball off. Mind Control trying to move in, gets the lasso pullback, but then dies yet again. And another death here, and another death here. And they're all dead. And this one's over. See you later, TI winners. Liquid out the door. Just like that. LGD absolutely crush Liquid on that one.
Wow, man, what a performance from LGD.
Where was that LGD in the last game? God damn.
I think it's really cocky to pick Morph into Disruptor. You can still make it work, but at one point you're gonna need a BKB to start with, because it's impossible to play without it. I mean, Ame played it out of his mind. I was trying to find a reason. I'm always open for new suggestions, new item builds. Seems like this could be the new trend for Phantom Lancer.
I mean, do you think it might be a new trend, or is it just kind of game specific? It seemed like he had just so much going for him there in the bottom lane. Remember, he had those 3 kills onto Mind Control, who got set off quite a bit.
Yeah, but most of the time you just get the same amount of damage from Yasha, and you get the tankiness, plus you get the maim as well, and it gives you farm potential, which is great. Overall, they played really, really well.
Oh, come on. Could we talk about FY a bit on that one, man?
I was pinging out his levels. Let me see if he ended up being level 19. At one point, he was level 18.
That was crazy.
And,
when you said he was 14, I just couldn't believe it.
Like, the highest one was Phantom Lancer level 20, and then you had FY, who was level 18. I mean, he has an XP talent, but still, look at his
40%.
Yeah, look at his kill participation. That's 32 out of 39.
He was just everywhere.
Yeah, let's see the damage dealt. I'm at 20,000, FY 14,000 damage. He dealt more damage than a Razor, which is pretty insane.
Yeah. That was actually felt like a tough game for the Razor. For a while there, he was kind of just delegated to one of the side lanes. For a lot of the game, it almost felt like he just wasn't even a part of the action. So for LGD to be able to still do so much, even without the Razor being a factor, it just makes me wonder what would have happened if he had ended up having a decent laning phase. So LGD, okay. After their first game performance against TNC, I was like, okay, there was a lot of talk.
Yeah.
But now, okay, now I see. LGD, they can come to play. That's for sure.
Yeah, it was kind of a different draft that they had in game number 1 against the TNC, but TNC also had a draft that was hard to adapt to.
Yeah, I would imagine now a lot of teams are going to probably be going back to that TNC LGD game to see what the secret is, because if LGD are not coming off this game this hot, people weren't going to know how to cool them down. All right, that's going to be concluding our action here for Group A on day number 1. We gated through 8 best of ones here. And that's only day 1. We're going to be heading back to the hotel, back to get some rest, but we'll be right back here tomorrow for more DAC 2018 action. For Lacoste, I'm Dakota. We'll see you tomorrow.